Hey there everybody, so it's another Saturday video, and well, I'm getting kind of bad at these last minute videos. I need to start doing them more earlier in the week, that way then I don't have to do these last second, last moment, and having to sacrifice sleep when I have to work tonight kind of videos. And also, it makes it a little hard for me to go, I need to talk about something, so I'm going to talk about this, because it's huge and it's a big issue, people have been talking about it since yesterday, and that is the Supreme Court ruling that homosexual people should be able to get married. And my, of course, newsfeed, and I think everybody else's has as well, been blowing up on both sides of the debate, whether it's good, whether it's bad. And people, honestly, at this point in time, is kind of a moot subject. There's not much we can do about it. It was just signed into the Constitution, so it's going to start happening. So you might as well kind of make your peace with it. It's happening. So, and here's kind of where I stand on that issue. I know no one's really asking for my 2 cents, but I'm going to go ahead and give it anyway. So, gay people getting married in the eyes of the state, that is very, very important, because you got to remember, we do have a separation of church and state. The U.S. government, while founded on a lot of Christian principles, is not inherently a Christian nation. It is a nation that was built and designed for religious freedom, for people to be able to express their views and their opinions without having anyone impose their own on them. And that's what, honestly, and if you want to break this down and boil it down to what it is, the Christian community has been oppressing homosexuals. Well, a lot of people have been oppressing the homosexuals for quite a long time in the eyes of the state. And that shouldn't have ever happened. This should have been something that happened a long time ago, honestly, in my humble opinion. The gays should have had this right. And in the eyes of the state, they should be able to get married. Now, where we need to draw the line, where I personally draw the line, is if gay people want to get married, they need to go to the justice of the peace, or they need to talk and go through a church that agrees to do that. And if a church says no, realize that is the church's right to say no. Because at that point in time, it becomes that church exercising its religious freedom, and it's not so much discrimination. Because they do have the option to go to the justice of the peace to get married. If it is imposed onto the church, then that is the state meddling in the church's affairs, and that too is wrong. Two wrongs don't make a right here, and honestly, we as a people need to quit oppressing people who are different than ourselves. Just because you yourself choose not to be gay or are not gay, or however you really want to look at that sticky subject, I don't really want to wade into it. However you view that, if you are not gay, then just because you're not, don't go mess with the gay people down the road just because they're a little different than you. If you're the only white guy in a diverse neighborhood, and you're getting picked on all the time, you would kind of feel that, you kind of know how that feels a little bit. But trust me when I say that their life has been much, much harder because of what they are. And you need to realize that. We all need to realize that. And also realize that from a church point of view, from a Christian point of view, because I know several people who watch my videos have gone to church with me, know me on a religious level. Well, Shane, it's wrong. The Bible clearly says it's wrong. And I agree with that. The Bible does clearly say that homosexuality is wrong. And, of course, it also says a whole lot of other things in there, too, that people choose to either A, ignore, or B, fail to live up to. And we all have our crosses to bear, and that might be one of them. Either way you look at it, you got to stop and realize that right there, that one little instance, this life may be the only bit of happiness that they ever achieve. And do you really want to be the person that stands in the way of that happiness? Yeah, I know as Christians we look at more of a forever aspect, more of a long-term game than right now here in this life. But for some people, that's all they're ever going to achieve. And who are we to stop them? We are taught to hate the sin, but honestly, we need to love the sinner more than we hate the sin. We need to let God sort it out.